Well, what the problem is with you? These are the wrong choices and drugs. Drugs again. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 crimes.
Next week.
And I gave you a third chance.
Let's not wait. Let's do it.
And you're asking for a fourth.
Right.
Okay. You're Mr. Colton Faulk?
Yes, sir.
Does he need to go in front of you? It's a motion to revoke probation.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Judge.
19-31683 is called. Uh-oh. I'm looking at first amended. And
No. First Amendment.
first amended is right here,
I don't have a first
I
amendment.
don't have First Amendment. That's news to me.
you know?
Because what I showed him was just the MTRP that I got. But I didn't get a first. This is the only one I got is this right here. Unless y'all did something new that I don't know about.
I've got one.
Hold on, everybody.
Got one.
Here's the
filed.
problem.
Yes, sir.
Here's the
Okay.
problem.
The one I have is 5/7/26.
That's what I have.
Okay.
There's a new one. I don't know about that.
Somehow.
There was a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation filed June 27th of 2025. He
Oh,
pleaded true to allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, as well as 8 in November of 2025. What happened on that? Did we just continue him on probation?
I think what happened, Judge, you put him in a JCDI program.
Did we
Yeah, that's what
continued him on probation?
And and the completion of that is one of the violations of this one.
Okay.
So
And
that's-
so we took care of that. Now there's a motion, and this says first amended on it, but I think we disposed of that first motion, right?
Right.
Okay, so maybe.
So this new one is going to be another motion with 4 new
Correct.
violations.
That is correct.
Okay, so yeah, we're starting from scratch again. It's another motion to revoke probation. And,
Correct.
and this was filed on May 7th of this year. So June, July, almost 3 months ago. And you are Colton Chase Faulk.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that any statement you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. You are here with Mr. Adams, your attorney, the state's attorney, and the probation office is here. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, sir, this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, again filed May 7th, 2026. It alleges that on February 10th, 2020, in this criminal district court, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for the first degree felony of robbery. Actually, it's aggravated robbery. That's what makes it first degree, not second degree felony of aggravated. I'm going to amend this. Anybody object?
No objection from the state judge.
Oh, I'm adding aggravated, what he was properly placed on probation for. Any objection?
No, sir.
Corrected this day. Is that true? All right. Allegation 1 states you failed to submit to alcohol and or drug screening on or about March 21st, 24th, March 23rd, 31, April 9th, okay. It says on or about March 21st, 2026, March 21st, 2026, March 24th, 2026, March 31st, 2026, April 9th, 2026. Then it shows April 13th, 2023. Are you kidding? We going back 3 years? Or is that wrong? Or is that a mistake? Is it?
Judge, that very well may be a typo, and we would abandon that particular allegation, Judge.
And April 21st of 2026. You failed to submit to alcohol and or drug screening at the direction of the probation office. That's a violation of condition 27 of your deferred or unadjudicated probation order, which states submit to alcohol and or drug screening at the direction of the probation office. Is that allegation true?
That's correct.
Are you pleading true to this voluntarily and because it is true as it is alleged?
It is 100% true.
You understand that knowingly and voluntarily made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that's enough to grant a motion to revoke probation. Your probation can be revoked. You can now be found guilty and sentenced in this first degree felony of aggravated robbery to no less than 5, no more than 99 years confinement in prison or life in prison. Knowing that, you insist on pleading true today.
It's true.
I find you're pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. I'm going to skip 2. 3 states you failed to successfully complete the Jefferson County Drug Intervention Program, JCDI, and comply with its rules in violation of a special amendment filed on November 12, 2025. Is that true or untrue?
It is true.
And number 4, you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the anger management program as directed by the probation office in violation of a second amendment filed on November 12, 2025 to your probation order. Is that also true?
Yes, sir. That's true.
So again, are you pleading true then to allegations 1, 3, and 4 of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation filed May 7th, 2026? You're doing this voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because it is true as it is alleged in each of these 3 violations.
It's true.
You understand that a voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that's all it takes to grant a motion to revoke probation. And in your case, your probation could be revoked. You can now be found guilty of this first degree felony and punished no less than 5, no more than 99 years confinement in prison or life imprisonment. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
It's true, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. Is there an agreement?
No,
All right.
and the reason why, Judge, the
What
state.
do you want to do?
I was going to take.
Go ahead.
Judge,
Go ahead. You can go first, Mr. Hammond.
Thank you, Honor. The state had made an offer of 5 years, which you just explained to him, 5 to 99 is the minimum. Right. And the reason why we decided not to take the 5-year offer that the state made is that
you have credit for.
sorry. The reason that we did not take the 5-year offer and what we're doing is we're going unagreed to you, and he understands the risk. I explained to him the risk of going unagreed to you. However, by going unagreed to you, he does have an opportunity to at least complete the JCDI program if you allow him to. And I do understand that this is a deferred adjudication, so the court could move this from a deferred and go straight to regular probation, possibly. But here's
Why
what
can't I do that? He's charged with aggravated.
It's true.
what
You're right. Yeah, it's straight probation is not possible
Right, that's
under the law.
You're correct. So, but specifically though, you could allow him to continue to be on probation. And what there's several accomplishments that he's had while he has been on probation. And I know that you take these technical violations seriously. He doesn't have any new criminal offenses. All of these are tech violations. And Judge, what I wanted to give my client an opportunity to do is I know that the state and Mr. Coleman did offer a minimum, which is 5 years, but he wants to continue to remain on probation. So I was going to ask the judge to at least to consider some of the things that he had to say about that, because he's accepted responsibility. He's played true to the allegations that you asked him about. So it's not like he's denying anything. The only real question is that will you allow him to stay on probation and not violate him? And I
I'm not
want
going to violate anybody.
Well, no.
I'll guarantee you that.
but you could.
I want to make that clear.
Right. But you see what I'm talking about.
Well, no, he would be violating the program,
Correct.
not me.
Correct.
And that would be a finding I would make. But I want to just get something straight with you. You said he hadn't committed any new criminal violations back in. He pleaded. He had earlier pleaded true of committing criminal mischief on February 5th, 2025 in Orange County, Texas.
I know.
criminal mischief on February 6th, 2025 in Orange County. Committing the offense of assault, family violence, March 29th, 2025 in Orange County, Texas. Provided a urine sample that tested the presence of cocaine and amphetamines on May 6, 2025. Technically, that's illegal possession of a controlled substance. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4 violations of the law that he pleaded true to in he pleaded true in this motion to revoke probation filed a little over a year ago on 6/27/2025, and for some reason, and then he failed to report all the numerous times on that. So, man,
I guess when I speak,
what we did was like we ended up amending his terms of probation, I guess.
Yes, at that time, I believe you continued him.
I held the MTRP, but he admitted to
right,
3 or 4 violations of 4 violations of law at that time. So
right.
he's not pristine on.
No. I guess let me more specifically clarify what I was saying. On this MTRP, there's no allegations of a new.
I understand.
Well, so that's what I really meant. But Judge, I guess what we hear is that, yes, I understand that the state offered the 5 years. He's asking you to continue. That's why we unagreed. So what I want to do is call him. It's not like he's not accepting responsibility. He's accepting responsibility for everything. So with that being said, is he and myself wanting to convince you to allow him to stay on probation and let me have you state your name for the record real quick.
Colton Faulk.
All right.
And you're still under,
Yes,
Colton, we put you under oath at the beginning.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Mr. Falk, you understand that the state had offered you 5 years on this, right?
Yes, sir.
And you said no to that, right?
Yes, sir.
And you wanted an opportunity to talk to Judge Stevens about continuing you on probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So in talking to him about continuing you on probation, let's talk about some of the highlights why you've been on probation. Because that might be a reason to keep you on probation. We talk about the good things, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One of the good things why you were on probation is that you completed the Safe P program, totally completed it. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And just so we're clear, what's
When?
what's the Safe P program? I'm sorry.
In 21, I believe in August.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So positive since you've been on probation, and just so the record is clear, the safety program is what? What is that program?
It's a substance abuse felony punishment.
Right. And you completed it in full, right?
Yes.
All right. Another positive why
When was that?
I think he said 21.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hold on. Well, we're gonna go on that. That's great and fine, except subsequent to that, you pleaded true to having possession of cocaine and amphetamines in your urine on or about May 6th of 2025, which was a violation of your probation subsequent to that program.
Yes, sir.
So that program wasn't foolproof. It didn't keep you from falling back and making a mistake in using drugs again, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're not going to go into the ugly side of this, but we could of where's your cocaine coming from and the methamphetamine, unless you're making it yourself, which is another crime. So, we put you through that program. That was successful, but how many chances do you get? We put you on probation. When we put you on probation, that was your second chance. You've committed these violations, 1, 2, 3, 4 crimes, and I gave you a third chance.
Let's not wait. Let's do it.
And
You're asking for a fourth.
Right. And here's the second major accomplishment you had while you was on Judge Stevens' probation is didn't you complete your GED?
I did that as a Estelle unit safety.
Right.
I'm sorry.
When I was in a Estelle unit, I obtained my GED.
That's important
You got a GED.
because education makes you wiser
Right.
if you want to make that decision. Yeah, some people know the options and they still choose the bad option. Education makes you wiser. It won't tell you what to do. It'll tell you what's the better choice and the worst choice. Then it's still free will on your part.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
And then the next thing is that if we look at the date that you were placed on probation, I see it was February the 10th of 2020. You see that date right there?
Yes.
And then today's date, I believe, is August the 8th of 2026. So we're talking about a 6 year period, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, to my understanding, when I met with you, when you initially had your prior hearings before Judge Stevens, one of the things that came out was, and I wasn't your lawyer then, but one of the things that came out was your children, right?
Yes.
And
Say that again.
his children. He has two boys, right?
Yes.
And while you had those two boys before Judge Stevens, to my understanding, I wasn't there, but I mean, Judge was there, but to my understanding, one of another accomplishment of yours while you were on probation was you got custody of your kids. Didn't you tell me that?
Yes. It was ordered by him, actually.
All right. And can you explain? Because we're trying to get the judge to keep you on probation, right?
Yes.
So in keeping you on probation, judge basically saying, hey, you need to do something about these kids. And then in response to Judge Stevens, what do you do? Just tell me what you do in your own words.
Well, whenever I got out of safety, I was here for a 6 month status update, and you were made aware that I have kids and that I didn't have custody of them. And you said you wanted to see me back. I think it was 3 months. It could have been 6, but you wanted me to have custody of my kids along with a few other things that I needed to take care of, including catching fees up and stuff.
It's a parent's obligation.
Yes, sir.
Some don't follow through with it like they should. But yeah,
But
I've always felt like you were capable.
Right. So as a positive to ask Judge.
When did you get the custody of the children?
a couple months after you told, maybe not even that.
What's the date about that?
I believe it was the end of 22, probably, maybe the early 23.
So the bottom line,
Bless you.
right? So the
But
bottom.
hold on, that's great. Except subsequent to that, you commit criminal mischief, two criminal mischiefs, and an assault, family violence, as well as possession of cocaine after you had the kids. What are you trying to tell me? What's good about it? Well, you're putting children into an environment that's terrible. Look, you're showing me, look, here's my hand.
Mhm.
Do you see my hand?
Yes, sir.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
Or now do you see my hand? Just don't show me one side. I've got to see both sides.
Yes.
Great getting the kids, but thereafter you commit 4 crime violations on my probation. Where's that good role modeling for the kids? But I say great, wonderful. The kids need support and role modeling and good examples. And that's why I'm disappointed more than anything, because I felt you were capable of this better. That's why I'm just disappointed. I always, when I pitched in school, I wanted to pitch a no-hit shutout every time, a perfect game, and you don't. Hardly ever happens. But that's the way I am. I don't like failure. And I'm disappointed with this because I thought better. I had better feelings. But I don't know what you're trying to say. Getting kids is one thing, but you put them into an environment where you commit 4 crimes while you're on probation. Well, you're on probation for this serious crime of aggravated robbery, my God, which can take you to life in prison.
So basically, after the judge told you to make sure you're taking care of your kids, and then you get custody of your kids, but you tell the judge basically how those kids been doing in the 6 year period.
My kids are great. They're actually, my mom, since I was arrested, she stepped up. She has them temporarily.
I know.
And
I'm sure she's a good role model.
She's done amazing for me.
I know, but you're the parent.
I know. It's not her responsibility at all. And they're doing great. I don't like that they bounce around so much between schools, but where they're at now, I'd like to keep them in that school for the remainder of their childhood. But the stuff that had gone on whenever those new violations came about, I just went through a bad divorce, and it's an excuse. I'm aware of that, but
Everybody, not everybody, but it happens every day.
I just messed up. So
Marriages don't work, but why would Yeah, why why would you run out and get cocaine and methamphetamine? Like, criminal mischief, you must have thrown something around. It's not good.
Right.
But the kids don't have to be in an environment where y'all are hostile if it's because of that with your spouse, their mother.
Mhm.
I mean, that doesn't look good. But, you know, but you're throwing in cocaine and and amphetamine here in this. Uh,
And then Judge, I know you said that the kids, in spite of those regressions, have been doing well. I know your mom is going to testify for you as a character witness, and I'm not going to be long. But when we get to the allegations that you pled true to, like the alcohol, JCDI program, and verification community service, the big accomplishment of yours, I think, and I think the judge told you while you're in probation, you need to do this. The biggest accomplishment is steady employment, right?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us about your steady employment and how that kind of interfered with you being able to do some of these things? In your own words, tell them whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
Well, I've been employed ever since since I completed safety. I wasn't employed for I think it was 4 months I was here last year. And I did get behind on my fees there, but whenever I got out, I went to work right across the street from the jail at the Lindy Project. I was working there up until this till the motion was filed. Right about that time, I was going to change jobs, and once the motion came out, the MTRP came out, that kind of put a hold on things. But I mean, I've always had a good job, and really, to be honest, that job is probably it's not the reason. I mean, I'm the reason, but that job had a lot to do with me not taking that JCDI program and running with it. It was taking a lot of my time, and I didn't take the program serious enough. And I would like to go back to work to where I'm working a little bit less hours and I could complete that program if given the opportunity to complete it. But regardless, I mean, that's one thing that I've always done and always will do is will work. I will have a good job.
So with all that being said, I know the state had offered 5 years. We went to judge.
which is the minimum, by the way.
Right, right. We're asking judge to continue you and keep you on probation and allow you to complete the JCDI program. And here's my last question before I call your mom, because I know she's a character witness for you. And that is, in your own words, tell judge why you want to be continued on probation. You can tell them whatever you want to tell them. Go ahead.
I've thought high of myself since I was a kid. I've thought I was destined for great things, and then it didn't happen like that. I've slipped, I've stumbled, and I've gone from being somebody that she wouldn't let in her house by herself to somebody that is called anytime anything needs to be done at her house. And to go from a drug addict to somebody that earns that right again is an amazing feeling. I'd like to get that back. I want to be proud of myself again.
Well, whose choice is that? It's your choice.
Yes, sir, it is.
Just make the right choice, which you're having problems doing. Then all of us are, everybody who's involved here is frustrated because we thought better of you. But again, you're saying the right things, but you go out and you still make the wrong choices. That's the problem. And all this event that the kids and work, that's fine. I worked since I was 16, 3 a.m. was my job, 80 cents an hour. Saturdays and Sundays making donuts. But it kept me out of trouble. Well, I don't know what the problem is with you. These are the wrong choices, and drugs again. There it is. And not going to drug screening when we were trying to help. But it's just, you say the right things, but you have to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. You have to make the decisions. And we've been struggling here for several years on the decision making. Over 6.5 years. You've been on probation, and this is another motion to revoke probation, but it's crimes and, and failures to follow the rules that we all believe you're capable of doing. But we can't carry you across the finish line. You got to walk yourself. You got to make the trek like we all do by making right choices. And shame on you, really. You have all the good reasons for it. You've got people who depend upon. That's what's so frustrating. But you come up here and you say and then you admit I don't have really excuses for it. But you keep coming up to court, failing when we all know you're capable of better. Which just do it, but you have to pay a price for your falling down and failures. Because we keep, it's like somebody who touches the stove. You're embracing the stove now.
Mm-hmm.
You're embracing it. You know it burns. It's going to burn you, but I don't know what it is. You still fall back and make the wrong choice.
And Judge, while the state did offer them the minimum 5, and we definitely appreciate that offer, his only chance of continuing to be on probation is with you, and with the decision, whatever decision that you make is his one chance of that. And that's why he wanted to come to you directly to give him that shot. And then my last witness, and it's gonna be long, is his mom. I don't know if Mr. Coleman has any cross-examination for him.
I don't have any cross-examination. State
Come forward.
State would like to be heard at some point, Judge.
You're going to get a chance.
And I'm only going to ask you 2 questions, and I want you to give you a narrative response as best you possibly can. And here's the first question. The first question: state your full name for the speakers. Introduce yourself.
Raise your hand. First of all, you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
State your full name for the record and introduce yourself to the judge.
Hi, Judge. We talked the last time we were here.
Yes, ma'am.
Barbara Faulk, Colton's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
So you remember talking to the judge the
Oh,
last
yeah.
time?
We talked after court was over at some great length.
Okay, all right. My one question for you is this. You love your son, you care for your son, you understand that Judge Stevens can make a decision to continue him on probation. You understand that, right?
Yes.
So in your own words, without me leading you, I want you to say whatever comes to your heart. Talk to Judge Stevens as to why you're asking him to continue your son on probation. Look at him and tell him what you want to say. Go ahead.
Colton's dad, we've been divorced for years, is not doing well. If Colton goes to jail, I don't think his dad will live till he gets out.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not a
our
lot
life
of love
touches
lost.
others. We don't live by ourselves on this planet. Our life touches other people's lives. What we do affects other people, not just us.
Right,
Don't
right.
finish what you said.
But I mean, his boys need him. Like I'm retired. I was never thinking I was going to start over again raising kids, which I love my grandsons. They've got new bedrooms, new bikes. They got their school clothes, their school supplies. I'm ready. And they're happy to be where they're at. They love their granny. I get them in the kitchen. They help me cook.
Well, you use a father,
It's
a
true.
responsible father.
They do need their daddy. And
Well,
love
not big. Dad that is consistent on bad role modeling and bad examples, right?
Yes, sir.
All your choices. Got too many people relying on you. You don't live on this planet by yourself. You have responsibilities, but you have to act responsibly. Okay.
So what I'm hearing you saying is that, and I'll be quiet, is that if he's revoked, that impacts not only you, the children, his dad who may be dying, family members, himself. He's gainfully employed. So at the end of the day, with all that being said, in your heart and your soul, are you asking judge to keep him on probation?
I am.
Judge, I don't have any other questions. I don't know what Mr. Coleman asked.
Yeah, but you don't have anything, do you?
No, Judge.
Okay. Ma'am, just please have a seat. Thank you. Anything else?
Judge, I think I kind of summed it up.
I understand what your position is.
And I'm just asking, and he's asking, to continue the supervision.
Okay, from prosecution.
Your Honor, inevitably, when we get to this point in these types of cases, these MTRPs, there are a number of advocates for the defendant. You've got Mr. Adams here who's advocating on his behalf. You've got his mom who's advocating on his behalf. I, Judge, stand before you today to advocate for a Mr. Manuel Gaspar Jr. You know who Manuel Gaspar Jr. was? He was a 71-year-old disabled veteran who walked with the assistance of a cane that this defendant pushed down in an ATM and stole his $300. That's the underlying offense, the circumstances for which this defendant was placed on aggravated robbery, deferred adjudication probation, Judge. I'm here to advocate for Mr. Gaspard. I would venture to guess what Mr. Gaspard would say about all of this business about a second chance, third chance, fourth chance, blaming everyone except taking responsibility and taking that 5-year offer that I offered to this defendant, which, by the way, is the minimum, which, by the way, was predicated upon this defendant walking in here, accepting responsibility, taking that punishment, and not putting the state and through this hearing, and for that matter, his mom through this hearing, Judge. We would ask that on behalf of Manuel Gaspar Jr., 71-year-old disabled veteran, that you revoke this defendant's probation, reform the judgment, and send him to TDCJ where he's earned every bit of it. Thank you, Judge.
What are you asking for?
Judge, the 5 years was again predicated upon him accepting responsibility and not putting us through a contested hearing. I would ask for something more than 5 years, and of course that's within the discretion of the court.
Judge, nothing has changed. Notice what he said. It's predicated upon him accepting responsibility. Every allegation you asked him about, he said true. So if that's the argument they make, then follow it to his logical conclusion. He did accept responsibility. The reason that we didn't take the 5-year offer is that you are our only hope of continuing on probation, and that's why I brought
No,
him.
at the end of that's incorrect.
Well, he is, but you can.
He is in control of his destiny, really
Right.
not me.
Right. And so what we were asking is based upon what you heard him say, based upon what you heard the mother say, and the accomplishments that he's made, Judge, we're asking you to give him one final shot. Absolutely one. But he did accept responsibility because he told you true to everything. Everything he said true to.
Anything else? Anything from the defendant?
No, is there anything else you want to tell him that I missed?
You haven't missed anything. You've done an outstanding job. I know that I messed up, and I am just asking for one more chance.
And there's consequences for everybody. So you do well, you're rewarded. You do poorly, you get punished. It's the way it is supposed to be. Or it wouldn't be fair for the people who do well. Doing well would not be something important and good and genuine. Rewarding. Anything else?
Judge, we're just asking for the mercy of the court on that.
Anything else?
No, Judge.
All right. Okay, and then it's before me.
Yes, sir.
Nobody else. The court is going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, to grant it by preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegations 1, 3, and 4 are proven true, as the defendant has voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, based upon advice from counsel, admitted to those 3 violations. Only one is sufficient, but the court finds that those 3 are proven true by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, and this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation is hereby granted. Earlier in this case, sir, you had pleaded guilty to the first-degree felony of aggravated robbery voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this first-degree felony of aggravated robbery. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 5 years. You will be given credit, and it's almost 500 days you've served toward the satisfaction of that sentence, and it can't go without noting that the essence of this crime was committed on a disabled veteran, 71 years of age at the time. And there is the video at Chase Bank, which shows the which shows you entering uh, the bank, and that Mr. Gaspard, the victim, is there first. You came afterwards. He is walking with a cane at 71 years of age and being disabled. You enter, and as the victim is retrieving $300 from the ATM, you used your body to push him out of the way while grabbing the money. And Mr. Gaspard fell against the glass wall of the kiosk. You fled on foot, and the victim can be seen slowly walking to the kiosk door and using the assistance of the wall to help balance him. And well, that's a terrible set of facts for somebody who's telling me about how selfless he is and dealing with his family. And this is uh, an aggravated case, and you're being held responsible. And you're being held responsible in spite of what you're telling me. You know, you have dependents at home who rely on you and need you. And you speak all the good things, but you're here on this motion, a second filed motion to revoke probation, not submitting to alcohol and drug screening on numerous occasions where the probation office was trying to help you, not successfully completing the drug intervention program, and not entering the anger management programs, and not long ago you pleaded true to two criminal mischiefs, a family assault, and illegal possession of cocaine and amphetamine. It's more than enough to hold you accountable this is all while on probation, when you knew one violation is enough. The court finds that this decision, the other court, is in the best interest of justice based upon the circumstances of this offense. And the court is under these circumstances that we're talking about is a light sentence. Gives you the some time to serve, and then when you were released, you get to go back to your family. But I'm feeling sorry for the kids, but certainly for the victim, a disabled veteran who deserves respect. Trauma. That is all.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Saul, Deanna.
Hey, Judge, could we do Elam next time? Okay. She was